Hey there everybody. In this video I'm going to talk to buyers and sellers of properties. If you're a buyer, there are red flags that you need to make sure that you look for in a property. And if some of these red flags are visible, then you might want to stay away from the property. We're going to talk about those in this video. And as a seller, you want to make sure that you remove as many obstacles as possible, because guess what? You want to sell your house quickly and for as much money as possible, right? So in this video, I'm going to talk about some of those red flags you need to look for when purchasing a home. My name is Stephen Kodabash, and I'm a realtor located in the northern Atlanta area, and I get to help people buy and sell houses every day. First off, let's talk about location. And for sellers, I'm so sorry, but you can't really pick your home up or your property up and move it, right? So you're kind of stuck with the location. I completely get that. So think about it. Are you located next to a very busy road, or maybe a very loud bar or something like that, or another loud commercial building that could be right next door? If so, then those could be eyesores for potential buyers. So if you're a buyer, take a look at that location. I highly encourage you to look on Google Earth and see what's behind the property, what's to the left, what's to the right, what's across the street. And even more so, look around that property. I mean, look within a certain radius of the property. You know, go a half a mile out, go a mile out, and see what you find. I will share with you that sometimes you'll look on Google Earth and you might see something a mile away that's not appealing to you. And you might say, hey, I don't want my next home to be close to whatever that item is. So just make sure you take a hard look at the location. And if you're a seller, sorry to break it to you, but the only way to overcome an unfavorable location is with a lower price when you sell. So just keep that in mind. Hold up, I'm gonna call a timeout real quick. Hit the like button and hit the subscribe button for me. Thanks. A second red flag for homeowners to look out for are lack of utilities. So think about this. Let's say there's no gas and you want gas. You're a big person in the kitchen, right? And you love to cook. You love cooking on a gas stove. Well, you might want gas in your home. And what if there is no gas main line that comes down the road or near this property? Then that could be a big expense. There are other utilities as well that you need to think through. So not saying that can't be done. You can get utilities. Typically, you can get them run to your house, to your property. But as a buyer, keep it in mind, because it can be a big expense that you need to account for. So a lack of utilities could be a big turnoff for some home buyers. So here we are in 2023, and this is big. Poor internet or poor cell phone signal. So think about that when you're out visiting at the property. Pull your phone out of your pocket. Pull your phone out of your pocket and see what kind of connectivity you get from your cell phone carrier. That is a big deal. Why is it a big deal today? A lot of us are remote workers. A lot of us work remotely. It's like it says, it's 2023, and it's the day and time that we live in. So if you are a remote worker and you have a home office, you need a strong internet signal, and usually you need a good cell phone signal as well. Some of us might think, hey, I want to live far out, away from everyone. I want my own space. And that's great, right? That's a great idea, but just check on that internet and check on the phone signal. Today, with this video here, I'm videoing on my iPhone, and we use these phones all the time for texting, for emails, for calendars, for videos, pictures, and everything. So we rely so heavily on those, so just double check, because you'd hate to close on a house and then figure out, oh, my cell phone signal's terrible, or holy cow, I can't get high-speed internet here. So make sure that you do some homework in that area. Another big flag for home buyers is noise pollution. You don't want to be in a situation where you purchase a home and maybe you're in direct line of an overhead flight path. So you've got jet airplanes that are coming and going and you hear them constantly. Or maybe it's near a train station or railroad tracks, right? If you have loud trains coming through, that can be a big bummer as well. So make sure you, once again, this goes back to checking out Google Earth. Check it out, see what's around that property. And then, like I said, if you see anything that could be loud and obnoxious, that could get on your nerves, then just stay away from that property. Here's a big flag for you: unsightly neighboring homes. So this is a real thing, guys. When you go and take a look at a property, I've been with many buyers before, not only are they looking at that property that they're considering purchasing, but they're also taking a look at the neighbors. How well do they keep their yards up? Right? Do they have overgrown yards and terrible looking flower beds? Are paint jobs terrible? Do you have cracked paint, broken shutters and things like that? Because if those things exist, then it's a good sign that the neighborhood is not really kept up well like it should be. And if a neighborhood's not really kept up well, then guess what that means? Your home is going to struggle to maintain its value, and it's also going to struggle to appreciate as quickly as you would like. So keep that in mind when you're checking out an area or a neighborhood. Take a look at those neighboring homes and see what they look like, because if you see issues there, it could be a big red flag. If you're a buyer out in the marketplace, I really hope this video helped you out. Your home purchase is typically the largest investment that any of us make. So guess what? You want to make sure that you do your homework and make a smart decision so you don't have buyer's remorse later. So I hope this video gave you some tips and things to look for as you're doing your homework and you're out in the market trying to figure out where your next home might be. Hey, before you hop off my channel, do me a favor. Check out another video that I put together where I talk a little about budgeting. How much house can I afford? So as a buyer, the last thing that I want to do is to jump into a mortgage that I'm stressed out about every month and I cannot make that monthly payment. I don't want that at all for any of my clients. So check out that video next, and it gives you some tips on how to budget and figure out how much house can you really afford. Thank you so much for tuning in. I'll catch you guys on the next one.